On a small island somewhere in the world, New Year's Eve begins without fireworks, only towering demons and the relentless beat of drums. But just a few hours later, every sound disappears. The island seems to vanish from the world, as though no one lives there at all. The airport closes. The streets are empty. Even its busiest beaches seem to disappear into silence. There is a saying on this island that no rooftop should ever rise higher than a coconut tree. And despite all its mysteries, it continues to draw millions of people from around the world every year. This is Bali. Behind the picture-perfect photos lies a very different reality. Beyond the luxury resorts is a way of life, a spirit unlike anything you've ever seen. Welcome to Living in Bali. Looking at Bali's crystal clear beaches and luxury resorts, you would never guess that the island sits in one of the most geologically active regions on Earth. The entire island was formed by volcanic activity and lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire. Mount Agung remains active and continues to pose a potential threat to the island, a dormant danger that could awaken at any time. Despite what many people believe, Bali is not a country. It is a province of Indonesia, one of more than 17,000 islands that make up the world's largest archipelago. The province of Bali includes not only the island of Bali itself, but also smaller islands such as Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Seningan. And Bali is not just about white sand beaches either. Along the island's northern and eastern coasts, black sand beaches created by volcanic lava offer a completely different landscape. Between the coastline lie volcanic mountains, tropical forests, waterfalls, and rice terraces stretching across the hillsides. In reality, most Balinese people still live in villages rather than inside luxury resorts. Although Bali is part of the world's largest Muslim-majority country, it stands apart. Around 87% of its population practices Balinese Hinduism, a distinct tradition shaped on the island and found mainly in Bali. Bali is often called the Island of 1,000 Temples, but the nickname doesn't even come close. There are more than 20,000 temples scattered across the island. Every village has its own temple. Most families have one inside their home. Even Mount Agung, the island's highest volcano, is regarded not simply as a mountain, but as the most sacred place in Bali, where the gods are believed to reside. For many Balinese, the spiritual world is everywhere, in the mountains, rivers, ancient trees, and even unusual rocks. Living in harmony with those unseen forces is one of the most important goals in life. At the heart of Balinese life is a philosophy known as Trihita Karana. The name comes from Sanskrit. Tri means three, Hita means happiness or well-being, and Karana means cause. Together, the phrase can be understood as the three causes of happiness. A good life depends on keeping three relationships in balance: your relationship with God, with other people, and with nature. It's a philosophy that quietly explains why Bali feels so different from many other places. The temples, the rice terraces, the villages, and even the daily routines all reflect the same pursuit of balance rather than control. One of the clearest examples appears every single morning. Small woven baskets made from coconut leaves are carefully filled with flowers, incense, and symbolic offerings. They're called kanang sari, and you'll find them almost everywhere. Outside homes, beside temples, in front of restaurants, on motorbikes, outside shops, and even next to ATMs. For Balinese people, they are simple daily acts of gratitude, offered at least twice a day, in the morning and again in the evening, to help maintain harmony between the human and spiritual worlds. Even in agriculture, the goal is not to control nature, but to live in balance with it. In Bali, there is a centuries-old irrigation system called subak. More than simply delivering water to the island's iconic green rice terraces, it brings entire farming communities together. Through a network of water temples, farmers share water, responsibilities, ceremonies, and decisions, ensuring that no one thrives at the expense of another. For generations, subak has sustained not only the harvest, but also the spirit of cooperation that holds these communities together. That's why, in 2012, UNESCO recognized it as a cultural landscape where faith, nature, and community exist in harmony. Bali follows not only the Saka calendar, adapted from ancient India, but also the traditional 210-day Pawukan calendar. Together, they shape the rhythm of religious life across the island. As a result, the Balinese celebrate their New Year on a completely different date from the rest of the world. Instead of January 1st or the Lunar New Year observed across much of Asia, they welcome the Saka New Year, which usually falls in March, on the new moon that marks the beginning of the Saka year. But what makes this celebration truly extraordinary isn't when it happens, it's how it begins. On the eve of the Saka New Year, Bali erupts with noise. Giant paper-mache monsters known as ogo-ogo are carried through the streets in lively parades. Some stand several meters tall, with bulging eyes, sharp fangs, and grotesque faces inspired by demons from Balinese mythology. Built by local communities over weeks or even months, each one is a unique work of art. As night falls, music echoes through the villages, crowds cheer, and the towering figures are paraded through the streets before many are burned or symbolically destroyed. The ritual represents driving away negative energy and clearing the island of evil spirits before a new year begins. By sunrise, the drums have fallen silent, the crowds have disappeared, and an island that had been filled with celebration is transformed into one of the quietest places on earth. There are no fireworks, no countdowns, no street parties. This is Nyepi, the Balinese New Year, often called the Day of Silence. From 6 o'clock in the morning until the same time the following day, the entire island comes to an almost complete standstill. Flights are suspended, the international airport closes, roads fall silent, businesses shut their doors, And even tourists are expected to follow the same rules as everyone else. For 24 hours, there are no unnecessary lights, no work, no travel, and no entertainment. Instead, families remain at home, spending the day in prayer, meditation, and quiet reflection. To many visitors, it may seem extraordinary that an island famous for its beaches and nightlife chooses to welcome a new year in complete silence. But for the Balinese, silence is not an absence of life. It is a chance to cleanse the mind, restore balance, and begin the year in harmony with themselves, with nature, and with the divine. That same pursuit of balance continues throughout every stage of life. One of Bali's most meaningful ceremonies is metta, also known as the tooth filing ceremony. Traditionally performed as young people enter adulthood, it symbolizes the responsibility of learning to master one's own character. During the ceremony, the 6 upper front teeth are gently filed. The ritual is not meant to change a person's appearance. Instead, the sharp edges symbolize the 6 negative traits that every human is believed to struggle with, including desire, anger, greed, pride, jealousy, and confusion. Smoothing those teeth represents a lifelong commitment to self-control, maturity, and inner balance. But in Bali, balance isn't something you achieve once and keep forever. What do you do when life brings loss, stress, uncertainty, and moments that leave even the strongest minds unsettled? Balinese turn to Melukat. At sacred springs and water temples across the island, people move beneath a series of ancient stone fountains while a Balinese priest leads them in prayer. The ritual brings a chance to release emotional burdens, restore harmony between the body, the mind, and the spirit, and begin again with a renewed sense of balance. That's why many Balinese perform Melukat before weddings, graduations, birthdays, and other important milestones. Others come after periods of grief, illness, or hardship, believing that every new beginning should start with a clear mind and a peaceful heart. Today, many visitors choose to take part as well, not to convert to Balinese Hinduism, but to experience a tradition centered on renewal, healing, and inner balance. Among Bali's most enduring traditions are its sacred dances. Today, the Kakak and Barong dances attract audiences from around the world. Yet neither was created to entertain. The kekak dance is unlike almost any other performance. Rather than drums or gongs, dozens of men create the entire rhythm with their voices alone, chanting kak, 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 as they reenact scenes from the Ramayana. But the barong dance tells a different story. It uses elaborate masks and costumes to explore the age-old battle between good and evil. It reflects the Balinese belief that life depends on a balance between opposing forces, not on one side winning over the other. For many Balinese, these dances remain part of temple festivals and religious ceremonies, preserving centuries-old traditions and bringing communities together just as they have for generations. Walk through a Balinese village, and you may find yourself wondering where the temples end and the homes begin. Traditional Balinese houses are designed more like small temple compounds than modern homes. Separate pavilions surround a family shrine where several generations often live together. For decades, most buildings in Bali have been limited to around 15 meters, roughly the height of a coconut tree. That has led to one of the island's most common misconceptions, that nothing in Bali is allowed to rise higher than a coconut tree. That's a great story, just not a completely accurate one. The Garuda Wisnu Kencana, or GWK, rises more than 120 meters into the sky, making it the tallest statue in Indonesia and one of the tallest statues on Earth. Food in Bali tells a story of the island's beliefs just as much as its landscapes do. As the only Hindu-majority province in Indonesia, pork is not only widely eaten here, but also plays an important role in religious ceremonies, family celebrations, and community gatherings. The island's most iconic dish is babi guling, a whole roasted pig coated with a fragrant blend of spices before being slowly cooked over an open fire. What makes it special is the whole pig is rubbed inside and out with base jenab, Bali's signature spice blend of turmeric, galangal, ginger, garlic, shallots, chilies, and other aromatic roots. Hours of slow roasting produce crackling skin, tender meat, and layers of spice that reach every bite. Bali is also home to salak, better known as snake fruit. Its reddish-brown skin is covered in scales, giving it the appearance of snakeskin. But inside that rugged exterior lies crisp, ivory-colored flesh with a surprisingly complex flavor, often described as a blend of pineapple, pear, banana, and jackfruit. The contrast between its intimidating appearance and its sweet, refreshing taste has made salak one of Bali's most memorable local fruits. In Bali, salak is more than just a popular fruit. It is also regarded by many as a gift from the gods, valued not only for its distinctive taste, but also for its health benefits. The island is also known for producing one of the world's most expensive and unusual coffees, Kopi Luwak. Its crazy price comes from a crazy journey. Wild civets instinctively choose only the ripest coffee cherries. As the beans pass through the animal's digestive system, natural enzymes gently ferment them, reducing bitterness and creating a smoother, more complex flavor with subtle notes of chocolate. That combination of scarcity, labor-intensive production, and a process unlike any other has made Kopi Luwak one of the most sought-after coffees in the world. To experience everyday life in Bali, there are few better places than a warung. These small family-run eateries serve simple home-cooked meals to office workers, farmers, students, and neighbors alike. A warung is more than just a place to eat. It is where conversations begin, neighbors catch up, and everyday life quietly unfolds. Most Balinese wake before sunrise to open a family warung, tend rice fields, head out to sea, carve wood, weave offerings, or work in the tourism industry that now powers much of the island's economy. Many do more than one job. Not to become rich, but to support their families while fulfilling the countless religious ceremonies that remain part of everyday life. Tourism has brought prosperity, investment, and opportunities that previous generations could scarcely have imagined. But it has also transformed Bali faster than almost anyone expected. Once quiet roads are now crowded with traffic. Rice fields continue to give way to villas, cafes, and hotels. And as land prices keep climbing, owning a home on the island is becoming increasingly out of reach for many local families, especially the younger generation. So, why do so many still choose to stay? Because what they would leave behind is far more than an island. A better paying job may offer a larger paycheck, but it cannot replace their family. It cannot replace the family temple where generations have gathered to pray. Or the village where a wedding, a funeral, or a religious festival is never just a family event, but something an entire community helps carry together. For many Balinese, success has never been measured only by what you earn. It is also measured by how well you balance work, family, and faith. That is why so many young Balinese are searching for a different answer, not choosing between opportunity and tradition, but finding a way to keep both. Perhaps that is what expats feel without always knowing how to describe it. They come for the beaches, they admire the temples, but what stays with them is something much harder to photograph. The feeling that, in a world moving faster every year, there is still a place where people know their neighbors, celebrate together, grieve together, and never have to face life's most important moments alone. People come to Bali expecting to discover paradise. Instead, they discover something far more human, an island changing as quickly as the rest of the world, where every generation is still trying to preserve the balance between tradition and tomorrow. If this journey gave you a new perspective on Bali, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below.